What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division TU22 PTS video. If you're not sick of them already, don't forget to drop the video a like, comment down below, let me know what you think, and if you've not subbed yet, please do. Let's get into the Ouroboros. Now, a lot of people have been wanting me to test this. It's a difficult one to test. Now, really, I would test it in a real-world application, but I'm not really going to do that in this video. I'm kind of just going to show you on the live game what kind of numbers you get now, and then I'm going to show you in the PTS like I've done with a couple of my other videos. I will show you some math stats in a minute as well, just to give you an idea, because if you've seen my last video about the chatterbox, you might want to go back and watch that because it's wild. Okay, so a few changes have happened to our lovely Ouroboros. It's lost 10.4% rate of fire and 10 rounds. Now, the rate of fire I can live with. I think the 10 rounds out of it is pretty harsh, considering that this is an incursion special gun. I think nerfing it this bad is a little bit harsh. I would have probably gone 5 and 5 if you wanted to do both. But obviously we don't have the reasonings behind why and what. But considering what the buff the chatterbox got, the rate of fire seems a little bit harsh. So at the moment we're on 1688. Don't forget that is getting a buff from the 15% from the Striker's gear set. And just before I show you these numbers, I'm going to fly this up here now. This is in the TU22. These are the now stats. If you remember, if you've probably seen anything like this before, what you'll remember is that at max or max stacks, the chatterbox did keep up with the Ouroboros, but it did rely for that to be at max stacks. Reality in playing the game, that's never going to happen. You're always going to be at 2, 3 or 4. Getting to the max stacks was rare. But look at this now. The Ouroboros sits hand in hand with the chatterbox pretty much at 2 stacks with a much lower optimal range. So to me at the moment, as of TU22, it puts the Ouroboros under the chatterbox is really what I'm thinking. Because as well, what you got to think about as well, look how big the mag damage is. So this is burst DPS, so this is not including any kind of reloading or anything like that. So the amount we can do in a mag in the chatterbox is significantly higher than what we can do in a mag with the Ouroboros. So yeah, it's pretty wild if you ask me. But anyway, let me get down to the nitty gritty and show you exactly numbers wise what you're going to get. So we've got 51 in the mag, and we're going to pump out this. We've got to get all them striker stacks right up. And here we go now. Was that too quick? So I think it was like 791270 for the armor damage and 990510. Let's just do that one more time. Get the obliterate up. No. Did we actually break the armor then? No, we didn't. Ah, okay. So, right. So let's just get that right down to the bottom. Yeah, so 980605. I'm going to make a note of these as we're doing this live. So the armor hit looked like it was 980605. And the health hit looked like 990510. So we'll just we'll do that one more time. This is head. This is your max gain. That wasn't. What I can do actually, I can switch it to health. Right, I think the armor hit is definitely 990. And then we'll switch it to health. So we found out it wasn't, but we'll see. Don't run out of bullets beforehand. Oh no, the health hit is 990. So the health hit is 990. So yeah, maybe the 980 was the max ahead with armor. 980605. Yep, so we're exactly right. So I'm gonna go armor there and a health hit there. Alright, so I will be right back. I'm going to switch over to the PTS. Couple of things to note. Obliterate has changed in the PTS. That is now only 17% extra weapon damage. Obviously, we're going to have the Sesco and Grupo changes as well. The way I've put it up in the PTS, so at the moment, you can see here, I've got 60% crit chance, which is actually 61. I've gone over a lit 1 bit just to max it out, and we've got 178 critical hit damage. So that's what you got to think about there, but we'll compare them stats in just a moment. Be right back. Alright, so we're in the PTS now, and the build is exactly the same, but the stats are a tiny bit different. So we're 0.5 less on the crit chance, and we are 2% less on the critical hit damage. That shouldn't make too much of a difference to our numbers, but they're the little nerfs that the Seska and the Grupo pieces have got. The Strikers buff is not in the PTS. It does say it's 0.85, but it's actually still 1%. So I don't know why that is. So there is no Strikers nerf in the PTS right now, so that is not being affected. However, you can see that my RPM is a little bit lower, and the damage is all just only 40 in the mag rather than 50, which that's gonna hurt. So invulnerable, right? So we were looking before at health 990510. So let's get everything up to scratch. So I think. So now the health hit is 873. So the new value for that now is 873233. Over 100k difference there. Let's switch it over to the invulnerable elite. And this next shot. So 8 was the top one there. 864501. So the armor difference now is 864. Was it 501? 864501. And if that jeans company wants to sponsor me, feel free to reach out. Right, so what we're going to do, as we've done with our other videos, we're going to get our percent difference calculator back out. Here we are. And what we'll do, we'll pop in the values. So for armor, we had... Whoa, the armor value cannot be right. The armor value cannot be right. I wrote it down wrong. So the armor value was 864. 864. 864. There we go. Alright, so 864501, and it was 980605. So the difference between that now is a 12.5% difference in armor headshot when you are at max stacks. For the health, Alt 73233, and then 990510, and shock, it's the same 12.5% difference. So we know that the numbers were right, and that worked out right. So so pretty much a lot of people ran this. Maybe you ran the Coyote's mask instead. I didn't want to factor in the Coyote's range to make things over difficult, but essentially don't forget 5% of that is going to be the obliterate nerf. I could have put glass cannon on here to make it a little bit more straightforward, but do you want me, should I do that? Does that complete the video a bit? It probably does, right? It probably does. All right, come on then, let's do that. So we're going to put glass cannon on now. So then I think the Seska Grupo ones, there's only a few percent, right? So that's minuscule. So now essentially we're on the PTS, and the damage numbers will be higher. Would you really run glass cannon? Probably not. But let's see. We don't run out of bullets beforehand. Okay, so now top. Oh, messed it up. Right, so 932. Right, okay, so our new value there now is 932936. So that's the headshot armor value. So we'll pop that in here ready. So 932936. Let's switch over to the real game. All right, so we're back in the live game. So let's get the stacks up. All right, here we go. 990. Okay, so where's that calculator gone? No, that can't be right. Oh yeah. 990504. So that gives us a percent difference of almost 6%, including the Grupo, and well, it's 0.5 crit chance, which isn't going to play into that, but it's the 2% crit damage is lost in there as well. So that actually makes it much worthwhile me showing you this chart now. So if we look at this chart here, this is TU22. So this is the Ouroboros as we know and love it right now. It still has the 50 in the mag, and it has this RPM. So you can see here significantly drops in mag damage and a significant drop also in the burst DPS. And you know, if this was in the, if they did not touch the Ouroboros and just touched the chatterbox, it would, the Ouroboros would be slotting in here in 3rd place, which would probably be a decent place for it to sit, because these two are really hard to get, you know, stacks 4 and 5, and it's an incursion SMG. So I don't really believe that the Ouroboros should have been touched at all in how it's been touched. I think it's pretty harsh. So let's just do one more quick piece of maths then with the burst DPS, and if I can just pull my calculator back up, where is it gone? Here it is. And what we're going to do is we'll take them burst values. So we want the burst value here, 877594, and then the original burst value 643. Calculate, and it's a 13% difference. It's been hit way too hard, if you ask me. I don't think this is a good change. I really don't think this is a good change at all. So this one doesn't get my vote. There are some good changes in this PTS, but yeah, this one does not get my vote. That's going to be it for this video. It's been a long one, but I think I gave you every single bit of detail possible. So please do like the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you are not already. You want to follow me over on X and join my community Discord, you'll find them details in the description as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go have a vodka because this was hard work. See you in the next one. Bye bye.